Before I start this review, I have to confess that this is the first Dead Space game that I've ever played. With that being said, I'd also like to point out that I'm fucking awesome and sort of a genius, so I pick up games really quickly and easily. I hate bitching. I feel like maybe that's all I ever do about games, but as a Dead Space noob, I find it pretty hard not to. I mean, I get that there's a whole storyline that's played out in previous games, but I think it would help the game immensely if the storyline made, I don't know, sense or something. The beginning outlines a little bit of the big bad that you're going up against, something about markers and a guy named Isaac who knows how to defeat said markers, and that's when the game lost me. What I don't quite understand is, okay, so this guy knows how to make and break these markers, so if he knows how, and he's done it before, why not just ask him what he did? Well, I mean, he's done it multiple times. Maybe we could just strap on a camera helmet or something. That's just, my opinion. Okay, so on your first mission, you get this guy who is in the middle of bumfucked Egypt, and he has no idea what he's there to do. I feel like there was probably a lot of travel time, and it takes a lot of time to get to your actual destination. Plenty of time for a briefing. I mean, I think it's just a bad policy to send people on deadly missions without at least telling them why. Don't get too attached to this guy. I'll give you a hint. He fucking dies. This whole opening sequence seems kind of pointless to me, the most pointless of all being the Hulk stomp.
Finally, some ammunition.
I mean, I get it, kind of. Smashing open dead bodies in hopes that you find objects lodged in the corpse adds a new dynamic to the game. I mean, I feel like I could have done without the rage yell that accompanies it. Like, if there's some creepy shit going on, I don't want to get caught rummaging in somebody's low intestine for a couple of bullet rounds because my character doesn't know how to stomp his foot without also screaming in fury. So this game kind of scares the shit out of me. Naturally, I have a low tolerance for surprising situations and dramatic music. Like I said, this was my first rodeo, so I wasn't aware that when this necro something or other happened and dead people mutated, they fucking mutated. And shooting is a little weird. Make sure you turn off the aim always centered option and just run around backwards in a circle shooting. Hope for the best. You're supposed to get some canister Codex thing, and when you do, surprise, deadly situation. Maneuver for a bit and jump over ledges you can't see until the very last minute. Oh, and at the end, make sure to not be in the way of the fiery engine propelling towards you. Found that one out the hard way. Oh, and right before this happens, you're told not to stop for anyone and get the Codex back to the silo. Guess what our soon-to-be dead character did? Here's a hint. He stopped for someone.
General Mahad, sir.
Guess what that person did? Killed him. Didn't see that one coming, said no one ever. And cutscene to the main character. He was going through some emotional breakdown because his lady left him. This is cut short when two guys break in and show him another little lady who he is willing to risk his life for.
Ellie. Where is she? What'd you do to her?
Shortest rebound ever. And by the way, it's a good thing that these guys came because apparently there's a group of people that are trying to kill you, equipped with suicide bombers. Really bad suicide bombers, actually. Like suicide bombers with timers instead of a detonator, so they just gotta hope to be anywhere in your vicinity before that son of a bitch goes off. Did I mention that this group is a religion, and they like to blow up tall structures?
And now it's time for you to join the cycle of rebirth.
And I think, and I could be wrong, it's all really vague, that they worship these markers and want everyone to die and be reborn in the form of these mutant things that kill people to reborn as mutants.
Oh, shit.
Another fun fact, these mutant shits are impervious to headshots. Let me explain. I play a lot of video games, especially like shooters, so instinctively, I shoot for the head. It was explained to me after the fact that I'm supposed to be shooting appendages because a missing arm is clearly more deadly than a missing head. I got a fucking tutorial on how to fall down a mountain, and I couldn't get some kind of pop-up that told me to shoot his finger off to kill them. And I know this is supposed to be a review, and I've spent most of my time bitching about it, but just hear me out once more. I'm a huge zombie fan. I live and breathe in hopes of the zombie apocalypse, so the undead is cool to me. I totally did the undead. And in a twisted kind of way, zombies make sense to me. Dead people with no visible defects who instantly sprout 6 more arms when you shoot them in the fucking foot do not. And that's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done.
It's like a rocket in my stomach.
Yeah, so that was my first hour of Dead Space 3. I am all for a game that breaks the mold, and I totally get that it's a video game, so it's cool for weird shit to happen. I feel like I was thrown in the middle of a 5th grader's science fiction writing project, but he got an F on, because it made no fucking sense. And then he spiraled into depression and ended up dropping out in the 8th grade and sold drugs for a living until a transgender crack whore stabbed him 26 times and stole his shit. So if you like games that remind you of drug-dealing children who die in a pool of their own failure and blood, then Dead Space 3 is for you.